Hello, what's up, you guys? Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Today I'm going to be reading Proverbs chapter 10 from 1 to 11. So I'm going to put it up on the screen so you guys can read along with me. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, and then after I'm going to discuss it, like what it's pertaining to. Okay, Proverbs chapter 10 from 1 to 11. Let's go. The Proverbs of Solomon: a wise son maketh a glad father, but a foolish son is the heaviness of his mothers. Treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivereth from death. The Lord will not suffer the soul of the righteous to famish, but he casteth away the substance of the wicked. He becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich. He gathereth in the summer is a wise son, but he that sleepeth in the harvest is a son that causeth shame. Blessings are upon the head of the just, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked. So that means if you're wicked, nothing good come from that but shame. When you're wise, is from righteousness. Okay, verse 7. The memory of the just is blessed. So God bless everything the just does. So the memory of the just is blessed, but the name of the wicked shall rot. You see, is from God himself. And this is from the book of Proverbs. Okay, verse 8, let's go. The wise in heart will receive the commandments, but prating fool shall fall. Okay, let's read that again. The wise in heart will receive commandments, but a prating fool shall fall. He that walketh uprightly walketh surely, but he that perverteth his ways shall be known. Okay, verse 10 to 11. He that winketh with an eye causeth sorrow, but a prating fool shall fall. The mouth of a righteous man is a well of life, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked. Okay, so let's break that down. So basically, a wise son maketh his father glad, but a foolish son is bring heaviness to his mother. So nothing good could come from being foolish. You know, it might be wise in your eyes, but it doesn't mean that it's still not foolish. Okay? Treasures of wickedness profit nothing. So that means if you gather your treasures from wickedness, it doesn't last, you know? When you gather your treasure from... Perfect example, you ever notice like some of the guys them that get their money from negativity, right? It's almost like the money it's not almost, but the money is cursed in a way, because you notice only pure bad things follow that money. Like people die over that money. Some of it be blood money, you know, or just money that destroy. You know, it's not really good. Not every money is good money. And when you notice, like when you earn your living from working, you don't have to work hard all the time. You could work smart, but it doesn't have to be from wickedness. You know what I mean? You notice your money actually lasts you longer. You know what I mean? Like compared to those that do wickedness for their money, they spend that quick, and then they'll be mad again when they don't have any more. You know? Or, you know what I mean? It's just, even if you have enough, it's just always something negative always happening behind that. So, it's good to be positive, you know. And a wise son gathereth in the summer, but he that sleepeth in the harvest causeth shame. So it's good to work. That's how we eat. Like what I'm doing right now each day, I'll be posting videos. That is work, it's not easy. But I do it. And even when I get really busy, I'm gonna do my best to always drop at least two videos a day. If not a day, every other day. I'm gonna do my best, you know. The memory of the just is blessed. So that means your memories is always blessed once you're just. But the name of the wicked shall rot. So that means wicked things never last. And not only that, you rot. And nobody wants to rot. You ever notice sometime, like, when anybody died as human beings, right? Our body tend to decay, our body tend to rot, right? But our spirit goes to this holding chamber, right? Perfect example, when Jesus was on earth, right? When he had passed away, you notice like he didn't even, his death, he was so powerful that death couldn't even hold him, because after the third day, he rise on in 3 days, so his body ain't get a chance to rot. You see what I'm saying? You see how powerful he is? So it's like with us, it's different, Something to think about. I want to say something too. You don't have to be the smartest person. You don't have to be the most wealthiest person either. As long as you have God and you're just being simple, you know what I mean? You're not prideful. God could use you, because it's the simplest person he used. That's why he said young man, and God will use the weakest person to shame the most prideful person. So always be humble, y'all. That's the best way I could really put this. And it's good to be obedient. When God is telling you something, it's good to listen, because it's the least we could do. The wise in heart will receive commandments. So that means when you're wise and you always pray for discernment, it's like you're in tune with God. Like me and one of my brothers was talking about, one of my brothers from another mother, we were talking about like the flesh and the spirit warring against each other, and how like a good name, like when you do good things and things that really matter to God, that's all that really matters in this life. Because like God did everything he had to do for us, and it's like, to just simply follow the rules is the hardest thing ever for us. So, like we were just reasoning for like a good 30 minutes about just like on a daily basis, like going through warfare with your spirit and against your flesh, and how, like it's so amazing to please God and to like follow his commandments and to always walk uprightly, and just like being an example for like others. Like we gotta focus on ourselves, and like doing more than what we usually do, and each day we should be getting better at things. You don't want to keep falling back into your past, and like you just want to move forward. That's what life is about, changes, and growth. If you're not growing, that means you ain't doing something right. How I know I'm doing something right? Because I'm constantly going through warfares. Like, it's almost like the negativity understand my status and knows that what that what I could achieve uh, is great. So it tries to distract me and it tries to throw me off course. But I will always, I'm human, so of course I'm gonna get angry sometime. Of course I'm gonna, like, I don't stay in that state of mind, but I'm just a human being, just trying to be just being the best version of myself. So in order for me to be able to help somebody else, I gotta work on me. I can't help you if I'm too focused on what's bothering you and not what's bothering me when I'm damaged, you know? So I'm just speaking in general. Everybody, we're all broken somehow, and we're all trying to heal from whatever, like that causes that mess. And, in order to have a peace of mind, you gotta have God. And me and my brother, we were talking about how can you have God and not change? Like, how can you have God and still remain the same? It should be a shift, like a paradigm shift or whatever they call that stuff. But it should be some type of a change. Oh yeah, and I was trying to remember exactly what we were talking about. And we were also talking about, like, being like, how should I put this? We were talking about how positive it is for you to be positive, and how when Christ was on earth, like, he had to remind himself a couple of times because he took on flesh. That's why it's very important to respect Jesus, Yeshua, because he made a sacrifice for us, and he had to remind himself, like, Father, if it's not according to your will, please take this cup from me, because the way how we were so stubborn, God had to remind himself why why he did what he did for us. And I thank him every day, and I try to I'm doing my part. I'm not trying. It's either I do or I don't. Like they say, go hard or go home. And I ain't trying to go home, so I'm trying to go hard. I want to please God. I want to please my family. And hopefully I could be inspired and motivated. I can motivate others, you know what I mean? So basically we were talking about how death couldn't contain God. Like how God died, and he went to certain place where, because your spirit never died. That's another topic we were talking about too. Like the flesh could die, it goes back to the earth which it came. Like they say, ashes to ashes and dust to dust, and you notice, like, people rot and they turn into worm, maggots and stuff. But yeah, your spirit never dies. It's like your spirit go to like a holding chamber or something until judgment, That's why when somebody die, they always say rest in peace. But you know what I mean? Like, death couldn't hold Jesus when he came down and did what he did for us. Because even though, like, he suffered for us, it's just to show you that the devil don't know what we think. He could input thoughts in our mind, but he's not omnipresent. The devil will watch you like a spy. He'll just study us, study the race and what he could predict what we gonna do because he's very clever. But unlike God is greater, and that's the source. And we were talking about how no man can look upon God and live, because they just can't. And no man saw God. I think only the only person that really saw God was our foreparents, which was Adam. Because before Jesus, Adam used to walk with God because he named all the animals and stuff. And then, Jesus was like the second Adam, because Adam failed. So, and that's in the book of Genesis. For those of you that's interested, Genesis is a powerful book because it shows you how God created everything, and he's so powerful, like, so basically God died, Jesus died, because God can never die, but even though they are the same, God left his power and took on flesh like us and came down here to bond with us because he loved us so much. And like it showed you, like, even when Jesus, when they crucified Jesus and Jesus was resting, you notice, like, even death couldn't hold him because he rised the third day. And it's a whole story by itself with people trying to cover up the truth, but the truth is the truth. A lie is just a lie. And with lies, you notice when you tell one lie, you gotta keep making up a next lie to cover that lie, and then you gotta make up another one to cover it, and you just gotta keep lying and keep and remembering your lies. But with truth, you don't have that complication, that confusion. You see what I mean? It's easy to be confused when you're lying. When you're telling the truth is the truth. You know it's true, you believe it's, you got facts. And that's just what it is. When people ask, how can you hear God? God speaks to everybody. It's just we don't listen. We don't hear his voice. It's always that calm voice. You ever notice when you want to do something and then it's like, if it's right or wrong, or you could be running a little late, and every day you're always on time for work, and for that one reason, like for some point, like you just find yourself a few minutes late that day, you never know what you could be saved from. It could be saved from a car accident. You could be saved from something terrible that could have happened that didn't, because God saved you. So it's good to pay attention to these little signs, and that little voice inside of you. So God speaks to all of us. It's just not all of us listens, So I'm not going to give y'all too much, but, that's some of the breakdown of some of the things my brother from another mother, me and him was discussing for like a good half an hour on the phone straight. Shout out to him too. And shout out to you guys. I love you guys so much. Hopefully my word was a blessing to you. In the name of Yeshua, Jesus. And God bless you and take care, and be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. Thank you very much. Enjoy. Peace.